everyone. We are Group 13 and we are pleased to present our project for this assignment. Each of us will talk about a specific part, so we hope you enjoy our presentation. I am going to start with the definition of special education. And special education is a branch of education that focuses on supporting students with disabilities, learning difficulties, or special needs. These students may struggle with academic tasks, communication, social interactions, or behavior. Our role as teachers is to ensure that they have the same right to quality education as any other student. In special education, there's no single method that works for everyone. Instead, we adapt our lessons, materials, and assessment to fit the individual needs of each learner.
In Ecuador, as in any society, education should be a space value for all students without exception, can grow, develop, and be valued for who they are. In this sense, education plays a fundamental role in addressing students with diverse needs, whether cognitive, physical, sensory, or emotional. Therefore, each teacher must create an inclusive environment by practicing values such as empathy. A teacher who puts in themselves in their students should recognize in their challenges, potential, and needs. Respect. The teacher must recognize that each student has their own pace, abilities, and characteristics, and all ways of beginning to learning. Patience is a key to promote the necessary times and space for each student to achieve their learning goals. Tolerance promote understanding the each individual without beginning jungle or discriminated. Flexibility must be willing to adapt their method or pedagogical approach in the diversing needs of their students. Commitment. All students, regardless of their characteristics, can access learning quality and without barriers. Society. In the classroom, promote the supportive environment among peers and the teachers, creating trust and respect integration of all students. These values are essential for a teacher to achieve inclusive and respectful education where diversity becomes an opportunity to enrich learning and school connections.
As Ecuadorian teachers, we see Article 26 as both an inspiration and a challenge. It says that education is a lifelong right and a duty of the state. It also highlights that education must promote equality and inclusion. This is extremely important for special education because it means that students with disabilities have the same right to quality education and support throughout their lives, not just during childhood. It places a legal obligation on the state to create inclusive systems, not optional but necessary. However, in real classrooms, we often see the opposite. Many schools lack trained staff, accessible infrastructure, or even basic materials for students with special needs. We have personally worked in places where there were no ramps or specialists and where families felt completely alone. Still, Article 26 gives us a foundation to demand better. It reminds us as teachers that inclusion is not charity, it's a right, and it's our role to make that right visible and real inside and outside the classroom.
Article 27 highlights that education must be inclusive, human-centered, and promote values like equality, respect, and community participation while helping people develop the skills needed for life and work. This article is very important for special education because it explicitly mentions that education must be inclusive and diverse. This means that the students with special educational needs have the right to be included in the regular education system and not segregated. It also promotes a vision where all students, regardless of their differences, are valued and supported. This article is very important for special education. I believe Article 27 provides a strong legal foundation for inclusive education in Ecuador. It reflects modern educational values and promotes equality and respect for all learners. For special education, it means that the schools must create environments that adapt to students' needs, promote solidarity and empathy, and develop each person's full potential. This article also helps ensure that no one is left behind and that every student is given the chance to grow and participate actively in the society.